Chapter 19. Mutants. In early 2092, just when the world thinks the threats of cyborgs and war at large are finally a thing of the past after enjoying 5 years of peace, the ghost of this past comes back to haunt them as descendants of the defeated cultist troops make their return to finish the job. Turns out, as most cultists do, the disciples of Daniel have held a grudge against the victorious human forces and have been developing an even more advanced and powerful technology than plasma weapons over the last 5 years, more powerful than anything our world has witnessed before. Specifically, after returning to their South African base, they immediately began their research to create God clones by manipulating Daniel's DNA through cybernetic, electromagnetic, genetic engineering, and radiation technologies, which results in the birth of 2 giants who, now at the age of 5, already possess superhuman strength, speed, reflexes, endurance, bodies the size of a house, and the ability to shoot plasma beams out of their eyes. Realizing they have successfully manufactured gods, the cultists now seize the opportunity to weaponize these baby mutants against human settlements, ordering them to lead an army of armed troops in a march straight toward the current capital of the world, Rome, to mark the beginning of their conquest of human societies. Yet, despite their adult appearance and godlike powers, the mutants are still children with limited intellectual capabilities and, thanks to being raised by the vengeful, violent cultists, also poor education. So instead of following orders like military personnel, they decide to throw a temper tantrum and decide to do as they wish instead. The mutants' lack of control over their powers and emotions leads to a devastating outcome, resulting in the complete destruction of the South African cultist base within a day, and Europe is next. One by one, cities across Europe are destroyed. Hundreds of thousands of people die in the flames as the mutants blast through everything their eyes catch, and so the rest of the world falls into great despair once again. Just when they are about to readily accept their fate and give up, the R&D department of a technology company based in India decide to take it upon themselves to save the world and use their anti-gravity technology to develop a gravitational force manipulating device as a potential weapon against the mutants. To make this plan work, a group of people from the human side pretend to surrender with their peace offerings being sweet snacks, toys, and other treats that no child can refuse, then lure the mutants to a remote island in the Indian Ocean to receive the offerings, and finally activate the anti-gravity machine to rapidly raise the water levels around that island, drowning them in an enormous aquatic sphere on the surface of the sea. Eventually, the successful launch of the new technology not only ends the mutant invasion and saves the world, but also begins a new era of human civilization where we can bend the planet itself to our will, with the help of gravity manipulation, at least for a while.